Hi everyone, my name is Eugene Chung. I'm the founder and CEO of Penrose Studios. Penrose is a startup based in San Francisco, and we create technology as well as content for virtual and augmented reality. I'm going to first talk about our background. A lot of our team comes from both the creative side as well as the technological side, and this is part of the key magic that makes Penrose what it is. I think one of the key things of kind of having this sort of mix is that we're in the early phases of this industry, and in order to do that, we actually have to kind of tackle lots of parts of the value chain of the creation of VR and AR. I know deeply personally how that technological and analytical side can mix with creative, and that's because if I go back to my parents, my mother's a CPA or an accountant, and my father is an opera singer. So I've sort of lived with this basically most of my life. So let's first talk about creative and how that's come into play with our company. We have created some incredible works of storytelling for this new medium. And the very first piece that we created was called The Rose and I, and it was at Sundance in 2016. Our second piece was called Allumette, and it was the very first red carpet world premiere for a virtual reality film at the Tribeca Film Festival in 2016. So far the reactions to the work have been pretty good. We've been lucky enough that we've had some great reactions. Wired magazine called Allumette the very first VR film masterpiece, and BuzzFeed News called it the best argument for virtual reality. TechCrunch has likened us to the Pixar of VR, and USA Today and the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. We have been very lucky that consumers and critics alike have had some incredible things to say about the work. Our latest piece called Arden's Wake was actually the next piece that we've created, and it allowed us to showcase some more of the technology that we used in the creation of our work. And basically we put it around the world at places like Cannes, the Raindance Film Festival, and actually at the Venice Film Festival not too long ago, it won the very first Lion for Best VR. And this is Mina, the main character in Arden's Wake, reacting to her historic win. So part of the magic, as I mentioned about, is about the technology and the combining of the creative and the tech. Our engineers and our artists sit right next to each other, and basically we create enterprise-level tools because the engineers and the product managers know what to create because the creatives give them feedback every single day. Our technology platform breaks down into three different areas. The first is native asset creation, the second is rendering and simulation, and the third is pipeline to bring it all together. These are kind of words on a page, so I'm going to show you some videos to describe how this works in action. This is Tyler, one of our developers, and what he's doing is he's using his hands in virtual reality to sculpt the town of Allumette in virtual reality directly. Allumette is this town that floats in the sky that is reminiscent of Venice. And what's incredible about it is that by using these tools that we've developed internally, we're able to actually just create directly in the virtual space. Now, if you had to think about what you'd have to do before, you'd have to go and create this in a sort of flat screen version, go put that into VR and hope that it was correct. Here, if there's anything that's wrong, you can kind of redo changes on the fly and keep going. And basically at the end you get this incredible town scape with this incredible sort of thing where every building and every cloud you see in the sky was actually laid out by hand in virtual reality using our internal tools and technology. Our final tool is a little tool called Maestro, and Maestro is this amazing social tool. If you think about virtual reality, it's very difficult to see what someone else is seeing. It's a very lonely experience generally. But with things like Maestro, what we do is we enable this social enterprise tool. Think of sort of Slack for virtual reality, where you're able to see things together. And it doesn't matter where you are. You could be in London with our team in San Francisco, and you could effectively create together in this virtual space. And actually, it has created an exponential increase of productivity gains and quality gains relative to what we've done before. So as you can see here, kind of one person coming in lonely, and then a second person coming in to be able to create with you. So I'll leave you with this one thought. Now, in the last 60 years, we as a species have had sort of 5 major computing platforms, starting with the mainframe in the 60s, all the way to the mobile computing platform of today. Now, every computing platform to date has generated around 10 times the number of users as a prior computing platform. And we think that augmented, virtual, and mixed reality are the next major computing platform after the mobile phone. And we therefore think this is going to be a giant opportunity. Our friends at Goldman Sachs seem to agree. They think that this could be anywhere from a $23 to $182 billion industry, which would make this larger than video games, the global video game market, larger than the US advertising market, and a lot of other markets that are out there. And we're excited to help develop for that exciting future. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Davos.